Hi guys, it's 1st March. It's result day and I was out for a drive. I woke up and I was feeling very uneasy and I decided to go out and have some control on my anxiety. I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise. I'm still in the car and yeah. I was driving and then it occurred to me that there would be so many of us, so many of you feeling the same way as I am right now. And yeah, I thought I would just make this video in case it helps somebody out if they're dealing with anxiety. So I first started struggling with anxiety during COVID time, during 2021. So I've been anxiety ka khiladi for a while now, and I have found some ways to cope with it, and I thought I would share it with everybody in case it helps anybody out. So I'll first talk about quick fixes and then I'll go into long term practices. So the first thing, the quickest fix to anxiety that I've found is this breathing exercise that I found through a meditation video. I'll attach the link to that video in the description or the comments. So you the breathing exercise goes, you have to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, and breathe out in 8 seconds. 4 7 8, and do this a few times and it instantly calms you down. I just wanted to say this out first in case somebody doesn't is not in the position to even click on the video. uh, I mean, if you feel like you don't have access to the video, you can still do this breathing exercise and it will calm you down. Now, this is a very random thing that I figured out. I don't know if it's a common thing or not, but I found myself craving for icy cold water or like just ice whenever I was feeling anxious. And I would sip on like just ice cold water. I'd put a lot of ice cubes, and sometimes I would even just directly put the ice cube in my mouth and just keep it there. Somehow that used to help with anxiety, and I think it's because then your senses are just focused on that one thing. I think that's the reasoning behind it. But anyway, worked for me, and if it works for somebody else as well, great. One of the other things that works for me is just going for a drive. And this was something that my mom figured out for me. I didn't even realize that it was a coping mechanism. So, whenever my mom used to sense that I'm not doing well, or, I'm in that direction of feeling anxious and, yeah, just not in the right headspace, she would initiate that, okay, come on, let's go for a drive. And I would drive and I would come back feeling completely normal. Again, I think it's because you have to focus on the road and, yeah, your senses just regulate themselves. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, if you can go for a drive, doesn't matter if it's in a car or on a scooty or on a motorcycle or just an actual cycle, go for that. I'm sure it will help you out. Another thing that worked out well for me was adult coloring books. I used to love art as a kid. I still do. So it's something that I picked up. I'll attach the link to the coloring book that I have if you want to try that out. And basically, any activity that requires you to focus, that will make your brain go silent, try to find what that activity is for you. Now, I don't know if this would be a quick fix for everybody. It was for me. But when I was struggling with anxiety last year, my mom suggested that I start chanting the Hanuman Chalisa. And when I did that for the first time, I instantly just broke down. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I felt like a lot of negative energy was released when I did that. So it's something that might resonate with you, it's something that might not. If you believe in some other god or a higher power, try to ground yourself with that. Yeah, Hanuman Chalisa is something that worked for me, and I have been doing that every day ever since. Now, this is the most common advice that you will get everywhere. Um, Try to distance yourself from social media, avoid doom scrolling, and I realize that it's not easy to straight up just wake up one day and delete everything. But what I did was I started using Instagram on my laptop. So it's much easier to not use it a lot if you're using it on a laptop. It doesn't allow you to doom scroll. You would not feel like using it as much if you're using it on laptop. So that's a tip that I have when it comes to trying to limit your social media usage. If you have something else that works for you, great. But again, distancing yourself from social media is something that is so important, and it will change your life. I think those are all the quick fixes that I could think of. I will get into long term practices now. So, the number one thing that I started doing 4 5 years back when I was struggling with this was start meditating. I used to meditate twice a day, and I used to go for guided meditation videos. Again, I'll attach the videos with all the other links. I used to meditate once right after waking up and then once in the evening, and both of them were different meditation videos. Initially, you don't feel like it's working because, again, it takes time to work, but I was just doing it with this blind faith, and again, I felt like might as well try it. And I know that it has had such a huge impact in long term. And yeah, even if you're not struggling with anything at the moment, or when life is going good, still make all of these things a part of your routine. So I'll attach the links to the meditation videos that I refer to. And again, all of these things, these particular videos, are something that worked for me. You might not resonate with them. Try to look for videos or people who resonate more with you. There's so much content out there. You don't even need to pay for something like this, but just meditate, make it a part of your routine. I also picked up yoga. I do that every day. Now that I've joined the gym, I do it on rest days, or maybe once or twice a week. But at the time, I picked up yoga and made sure that I'm doing it. Again, it takes time to realize that it's working, but it does. I'll also attach the link to the yoga videos that I follow. All of these videos are, by the way, from this one YouTube channel. It's called Yoga with Adrian. Her content resonated with me, worked out well for me. Again, you might not resonate with her, but look for channels or people that you think resonate with you more. I joined the gym last year. Again, I wish I had done that sooner, but I'm keeping my lifestyle in mind at the moment. Like, I was in Mumbai for my articleship, so it wouldn't have been possible, but I was still doing yoga there then as well. And these were the videos that I will be attaching, the videos that I follow. All of them are like 20 to 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minute practices. So it's not even like you need to take out an hour 45 minutes every day. They're legit 20 to 30 minute practices. Even 30 minutes is a stretch. On an average, I think they are 20 to 25 minutes, and I used to do them in the morning and then sit for my lectures. So please, just, there's literally no excuse. If not yoga, if it's possible for you to play a sport, join the gym. Just make sure that you're incorporating physical activity in your routine. I tried to pick up journaling, but it's something that I could never stick to. But what resonated with me was writing down affirmations. If you want to try out journaling, try it out, because you hear it all around that it works, and it has worked for my friends also. Personally, I couldn't stick to it, but I then resorted to writing down affirmations. I'll attach some photos in case I can find some in my gallery. So initially, I just used to look up affirmations to write them down, and after a while, they started coming to me naturally. I don't know how to explain it, but your inner voice will come up with an affirmation once this gets into your habit. Whenever I get anxious, my brain goes, I'm safe, I'm secure, I'm protected, I'm safe, I'm secure, I'm protected. So I don't know if this will make a lot of sense if you haven't done this before, but I would say, like, start with um, looking up affirmations, and then I'm sure it will work out for you as well. It changes your wiring. I think this is the last tip that I have to share, and it's a very controversial one. Please don't come for me. Disregard it if you think it's not for you. It's something that worked for me, and yeah, I'm just sharing it in case it works out for somebody else as well. When my parents saw me panicking before uh, the Jan attempt, like as my exams were coming closer, um, I would I was getting anxious quite frequently, and my anxiety gets so bad that I just stopped functioning. So to calm me down, they said to me that, listen, even if you know this attempt doesn't work out, you get to try again in 100 days. 100 days are nothing. 100 days, whatever. So they said, and that instantly just calmed me down, and I was able to study better. I realized that this advice is coming from a place of privilege. I know some people might think that, oh, if you're thinking this, you're setting up yourself for failure. And again, you might be right, but in the moment, I needed that just so that I don't stop functioning. Because if they hadn't said this, I wouldn't have been able to study anyway. At least this calmed me down and put me in a position where I could function again. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, disregard it completely. I do not mean to ruffle any feathers when I say this. But yeah, I think that's all that I have to share. And I'm sending so much love to everybody. If you cleared the exams, congratulations. If you didn't, we get to try again. Okay, that's it. Bye.